Planning a wedding comes with timelines, trends, expectations, and a whole lot that couples never see coming. We're two wedding planners pulling back the curtain on what really happens behind I Do. Each week on Behind I Do, we bring you real talk about real weddings, timelines, trends, the wins, and the what ifs. From the smooth as silk celebrations to the did that actually just happen moments, we're sharing the stories, lessons, and insider knowledge that help couples plan with confidence and maybe even laugh along the way. Whether you're a bride, groom, vendor, or wedding lover at heart, this is your backstage pass to the world of weddings, told candidly, graciously, and with the expertise only seasoned planners can offer. Grab your coffee, your planning binder, and your confetti, and join us behind I Do.
Episode 16, Your Wedding, Your Way. Today we're talking about some non-traditional wedding traditions that we have been seeing the past couple years that we really love.
Yes, I love non-traditional things. I guess the first big one is always like who's walking them down the aisle. Obviously, very traditionally, it's the mom or the bride and the dad. I guess, and even with the groom, or if it's a groom and a groom, bride and a bride, usually it's like whoever goes first, it's like with the dad or with the mom. Mm-hmm. And then who goes second is usually the dad. So,
yeah. Or even the groom's alone.
Yeah, the groom's alone.
A lot of the time too.
Yeah, but now I feel like a lot more popularly, it's been like the groom with mom and dad.
Yeah,
it's like become very common. But then I know like even at this last wedding we just did, it's like it's funny because dads are usually like where do I go? Like do we put the mom in the middle? And I'm like, well, no, like your child's in the middle and you guys are on the other side of them. But I just think it's a fun way to incorporate both your parents.
Yeah.
And then it's obviously like traditionally the bride comes in last with her dad. And, it has I think we've seen it all. Like brides walk alone, brides walk with both parents, brides just walk with mom.
A grandparent.
Yeah.
It just is it's an honor to get to walk you down the aisle. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's important to pick someone that you want to honor in that way.
Yeah.
Because it is a big deal. It's like a big moment. Mm-hmm. For you to get to know someone important.
This whole thing talking about traditions, we have a conversation a lot with our couples that it's like, sure, it's tradition to do it a certain way, but like we want couples to do what feels right to you. Like no matter what that is, like don't just do it just because everyone has done it for years before you. My mom walked me down the aisle and that was like something I really wanted based on the relationship that I have with my mom. And I wanted to give my mom that spotlight. Like I wanted her to have that moment. And so it just was very meaningful to me.
Yeah. Super sweet.
Yeah.
Another tradition that we like to talk about at our rehearsals is where the parents are going to sit. Mm-hmm. Because traditionally there's the bride's side and the groom's side. And whether your guests follow that, but usually family pretty aggressively sticks to the traditional sides. Yeah. And they don't really think anything else of it. But what we've noticed is that if you are, say, the groom on the right and you have your parents sitting right off in that first row, they don't even get to see your face during the wedding. And that's kind of part of the whole point. It's being able to look up and see your parents. And it's really comforting, I think, for a lot of our brides and grooms and people up there at the altar to look a little bit out and be able to see their parents right away.
Yeah.
Because if your mom is sitting in the first row,
behind you almost.
You're never going to see her the whole ceremony.
Yeah.
So we think that's a really fun way.
Yeah. And I think like Allie said, initially parents are like, no, we need to stick to the traditional sides. But then when we explain that to them, the moms are like, oh, yeah, I want to be on the other side.
Yeah, I want to see my kid's face throughout the wedding.
And I think the thing that I think it also kind of makes it feel like is that, you're supporting both sides, too. Then it's you are the mother of the groom, but you're sitting on the bride's side. It's it's almost like we're all just,
joining
together.
as a family as one, which is, what you are doing.
Yeah.
Throughout the wedding.
Yeah.
So we love that one.
Yes. And then another big thing is obviously food, because I think traditionally it's just a very plated or buffet dinner, very chicken or beef.
And maybe a fish option.
Yeah.
If you're lucky.
Yeah. And so now, food trucks have become super popular, which I feel like I have a love-hate with them. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it takes longer, but I think it depends on the feel of your wedding. I think food trucks can be really cool and done really well.
100%.
So I know that's become really popular with a lot of our couples. Or even like we've had a few do the family style, which I think is kind of fun, where it's like where they put the food on the table in bowls
and you pass
share,
it like you're at Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
Which I do think makes for a really fun guest experience like throughout the dinner, because it can be awkward at dinner if maybe you don't know anyone else at the table. It's just you and whoever your plus one was, and you don't know the other 8 people. It forces you to say things like, oh, will you pass the bread, or can I have more of the salad, or it kind of makes you interact with them, which is nice. I think that's a good thing to do.
And I think it's almost, I don't know, logistically, I kind of like it too from like the planning perspective, because it's like, you know, it's not like the plated where they have to get out, you know, food to every person. And it's like, you know, we have to do it in a timely manner. And what if it's cold?
We have to know what they ordered, and there has to be a little symbol on their name card.
And then also like the buffet where everyone has to get up and we have to dismiss tables and blah, blah, blah. Like I kind of like logistically, it's kind of nice. Like the caterers bring it out, set it down, and people can kind of eat on their own time in a way and not feel like they're sitting there waiting to like either get their food or like go through the buffet line.
Totally.
So it's kind of nice.
No, it's super nice. And yeah, like you said, the caterers do a really nice job of like staggering it. So you have bread and maybe a salad waiting on your table when you come in from cocktail hour. And then, they start bringing out kind of different
entrees,
phases of the entrees, and it makes for a really nice meal. We've seen a lot of grazing tables. I feel like this is almost a trend that's starting to leave again.
Yeah.
But it was like charcuterie cups, charcuterie boards. And now, I mean, you see these huge, like elaborate tables, heavy apps, kind of something a little bit different than like, I would say a standard wedding is like a past appetizer or a little like station of snacks.
Right. But the grazing tables or like, the heavy apps you're saying, like we've had a wedding where, they didn't do a dinner. They just did heavy apps. I mean, again, depending on the style of the wedding that you want.
It would be a nice feel.
Yeah. Or like brunch weddings, we've had a couple of those, which is kind of fun. Which obviously similar to like either plated or buffet, but it's just like obviously the food is very different. It's more breakfast style, which is kind of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. And a totally different feel to your wedding to ask guests to arrive at 10 or 11 a.m. than 3 or 4 p.m.
And then have your planner have to show up at like 6 a.m.
It's a very different day for us, but we're happy to do it.
We're like done by 2 and we don't know what to do with ourselves.
We've seen a lot of different like taco bars, potato bars, chili, like any kind of make your own.
Yeah.
Which I think gives guests the ability, like if you have food allergies or you're a picky eater, it's just it empowers the guests to like make their own food decisions, which is kind of nice.
And I think it could be fun when our couples do stuff like that, because it's like they're incorporating, maybe it's like, they really love like baked potatoes, like that is like their big thing, or connection, or first date or something, or a taco bar is like their first date was at
where they always go, or
so I think it's kind of fun to make it again more personal and unique, which is kind of fun. Or even then there's the wood fire pizza, which I feel like it was pretty hot, and now it's kind of, I don't know. I definitely feel like it's become popular, but then I don't know. Then I feel like it's also
nightmare logistics with wood fire pizza.
Like I love pizza, but sometimes I prefer when couples do the pizza for like the late night food.
Pizza for late night is so great.
Yeah, because then it's just like...
And box pizza. Don't do anything. You don't need to do anything special.
Yeah, like when we bring out those Domino's pizza boxes and everyone on the dance floor is like, what?
They're so excited for Domino's. It's so funny.
Yeah. So, I feel like those are like the pretty non-traditional dinner things. But like we said, I just think it makes it feel more personal, encourages guests to like mingle, have different experiences.
Yeah.
And it's
I'm so excited this weekend. We have a hamburger bar from Horsewood.
That'll be fun.
So I'm excited to see how that goes. It'll be good. Yeah. It's definitely a good way to like make people remember your wedding.
Yeah.
Stand out in a different way. Yeah. Because like we said, it's so standard to get the plated chicken or go through a buffet.
Right. But they're going to remember more if it was good, and B, if it was like a fun experience versus just a traditional buffet or whatever.
So something to think about while you're planning your wedding for sure.
And then another traditional or non-traditional thing is like the first dance. So, I don't know technically what is the traditional like way to do it. I feel like for us, the more common way is it's like we eat dinner, we have toast, and then we go to the formal dances. And then that leads into open dancing. But I feel like I don't know, I feel like it is like a thing where people want to do their grand entrance and go straight into their first dance.
So before dinner.
Yeah, they do it.
And separate it from the other dances.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is interesting.
I don't know. I never really know how I feel about it. I mean, sometimes I love it because it makes it like the newlyweds come in to their reception. They make their big entrance and they go straight into their like beautiful like first dance together. But then it's like, then you're stopping it and then going straight into dinner. So logistically, I think if you like the flow, if you plan it correctly, it can be really pretty. But sometimes I feel like it can feel choppy where it's like, we're doing grand entrance, we're doing a first dance, then we're going to eat, then we're going to do toast. Now we're going to do the other dances.
Yeah.
But
I do think sometimes it's nice to break up the dancing though.
Yeah.
Because even we talked about this in one of my planning meetings recently about toasting, because we had a lot of toasters and we were like, let's do like a pre-dinner, at least one or two. And just try to keep people engaged in different parts at different times, because I do think probably by the third formal dance, you're like, okay.
People aren't actually watching.
We're ready to dance.
Yeah. And that's true. And it kind of makes that like high energy special moment again, like focusing on the newlyweds. Then like you said, like maybe do a couple toasts leading like before dinner, do some more toasts. And then it's the moment to highlight again the parents, where you do those formal dances with the parents. So, which
is nice. Yeah. It gives you time to like, are you going to bustle or change? It kind of, if you want to change for open dancing or for your dance with your parents, it's nice to have a little bit of a break. And then, I mean, the whole traditional bouquet toss and boutonniere, or not boutonniere, garter. I'm like, what's it called? That garter thing. Which honestly, toss. I don't think I have seen a garter toss at one of our weddings in a long time. I personally, our couples can do whatever they want. I think it's the cringiest thing. Like, I can't watch it. It just, like, at my wedding, I was like, my grandpa's out there. I'm like, no thanks. But that, like, I think is a very traditional thing that has kind of gone away. For sure, the garter toss. Yeah, like, it's not some couples just do bouquet.
My favorite, do both, but. Right, some do, but my favorite is when instead of the garter toss, they, like, ice the groom or ice a significant other. Like, that I think is amazing. Like, and I wish I would have done that at my wedding. Like, he goes to go under a dress and it's like, surprise. But now it's like, instead of those two things, I mean, sometimes they still do the bridal or the bouquet toss, but we've had a lot of brides want to dedicate their bouquet to their mom, which, like, I love that, especially like if it's your dad walking down the aisle, he gets that moment, he gets to dance with you, and then your mom gets something special too, which I think is super sweet. Yeah, we love that. That's a good one. Yeah, and we've had, I mean, some people do it like during speeches or right before the toasts. Some like, or we've had them like, like when they do, like this last wedding I did, it was like we went through all the toasts, and then the last one is usually like the newlywed thank you. And then that was kind of the bride's way to transition like into giving her bouquet to her mom before she danced with her dad. So that's super cute. But I think it's fun ways to just incorporate, still like do some like an activity in a way like the bouquet toss, but make it like a little more meaningful. Break up dancing a little bit. Yeah. My bride at my last wedding did it right before her bouquet toss, and like brought her mom out on the dance floor, and it was super sweet. Her mom had helped her plan a lot of it. Yeah. So it was just a really important moment for them, and I loved it. Yeah. I agree. I think it's so fun. And then it's like, especially if your mom has helped, like you said, plan and pay for it, then it's like she gets that cute little keepsake of keeping your bouquet. And it's so fun. One of our next ones we see a lot now is, instead of doing like a traditional cake cutting where everyone's watching you, we just call it a private cake cutting, or like at least like a non-announced cake cutting. Yeah. Some people truly want it like private. Like, they want the dance floor to be going on and us to sneak them away, and they just want to cut it like very very discreetly. Yeah. Some people are fine with like people watching, but they don't want it to be announced and like be this whole thing. Yeah. Which it makes for a little bit better flow in our minds if it's not an important part of the ceremony to you or your family. I also think just wedding cakes in general aren't as extravagant and like elaborate. It's not like a 4-tier. Like as they used to be. Yeah. So I also think it's sort of
it's kind of matches the trend of wedding cakes being a little bit more quiet and smaller, is that it's like really not that big of a deal to like cut the cake.
Yeah.
So it's just a little bit quieter. It doesn't distract or like take away from the night.
Well, like a lot of our couples, because usually it's like, you know, again, it's like dinner, toasts, dance, formal dances, open dancing. And then it's like having one more thing to cut the cake just like adds like another activity or another reason your guests have to stay in their seat. So a lot of our couples are like, I just want to get through some of those, not get through, that sounds bad, but like do some of those things and then get to open dancing so people want to have a good time. And then we'll cut the cake and not have one more thing that they have to like be a part of or whatever. Yeah.
100%.
And I think I like the photos almost better because I feel like the couple is like more relaxed because not everybody is watching them and they can kind of have fun with it. And like, then it's not the pressure because it is always like, where do I put my hands and what am I, like they're all just like nervous.
Like no one knows what to do when they get up there. Like they've never cut a cake before in their life. They're just like,
so
help.
It does make it a little more, I think, natural.
Yeah.
When it's like not everyone's watching them. But something we do, no matter, unless they truly, like Allie said, want it to be 100% private, like we always will go around and make sure like the parents know, like, because we're not making an announcement. Like we like to go find the parents, maybe grandparents, maybe wedding party, just so that those people know like, hey, they are going to cut the cake. So if you want to watch it, like,
yeah, because some people do get very distraught that they missed the cake cutting.
Yes, we've had moms be very upset.
So we want to make sure everyone's
we're like, talk
happy.
To your kids.
Yeah, well, that's a good one. Our last one that we've seen more commonly is private vows, like in the morning or the night before your wedding, and then just doing more of like a standardized ceremony script during your
like
actual
I-dos,
ceremony. Yeah, just the standard I-dos that you would be used to hearing. And it's kind of the same as the private cake cutting. It like gives the couple a chance to say what they want to say without, I don't know, I don't know if judgment's the right word, but like without having
fear of like judgment or like critique. Yeah.
Having to say that in front of your grandparents. And like, what if you want something kind of funny or silly or an inside joke? Like doing that in front of 150 people may not be like the time or the place. So it just creates like a really special moment for you to connect with your like soon to be spouse before your wedding without having to do it.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people don't, I mean, I hear it all the time from couples that like, they don't like to be the center of attention and it's a lot of pressure to like be able to get out the words that they want to get out in front of all those people. And so I think it does make it just a little more special and again, like a little more like real because they're actually saying what they want to say versus, you know, up there it's holding like back. Yeah.
I also think too, like, if you're a very emotional person or like know that you're going to be like sobbing, it's a great opportunity to like start before hair and makeup, like before you get like your life moving that way in that direction that day. It's a nice way to like start your day. And like, at least I think it helps like release your emotional like tension level and you can just be a little bit more relaxed because you already have done that portion. So I think, it can be a really good tool for a lot of couples.
Or like I've had couples too, they do private vows, like a first look and like read private vows at that first look. And it's like her hair and makeup's already done. But like you said, then if she's worried about crying and stuff, then the hair and makeup gal is still there. So they do their first look, get the tears out. And then the hair and makeup gal swoops in and kind of does like some touch ups for her. Yeah. Because I know a lot of our brides are like concerned about that they're like then, because a lot of their photos are going to be like post reading their vows. So
yeah, no, for sure.
So yeah, I mean, those are like 7 of the big non-traditional, I guess, things that we often see. And we just, like we said in the beginning, we love to incorporate different unique things in every wedding. And it's like, I tell our couples all the time in our planning sessions, like just because it's like traditional or it's what your mom did or your grandma did, like that doesn't mean we have to do it. Like whatever feels good to you guys is what we want to do. And if you have a new idea of like, you want to try something, like let's talk through it. Like, I just think it makes it feel more authentic for that couple and less like they're just going through the motions of like, we have to do these traditional things. Yeah,
100%. And it just can make weddings feel less stuffy and like structured
Yeah.
when you have these kind of organic and more true to you ideas throughout your wedding. So
There we go.
there we go.
Plan your wedding and find those fun, non-traditional things you want.
Cheers.
Cheers.